What's this? Behind one corner of the crate are half-dozen cigarette ends, recently crushed in the dirt. The brand is common and smoked by thousands of Londoners. The smoker was a man wearing heavy shoes or work boots. Given the length of the butts, his fingers were most certainly stained by nicotine. Okay. Well, since this is before the time of deductive reasoning, we think, we're going to start picking up evidence and seeing what we can grab. So we can pick up, press P to pick up. Take a closer look at this theater bill. I think we can pick up this iron bar. Hooray. And I think Holmes said he wanted to do some chemical analyses on the white powdery residue. So let's take some of that too. Okay. You think we're ready to talk to Lestrade and see if there's anything that we can... Not yet. Let's talk to Watson and see what he thinks. The idiot. The ragged edges of these shallow wounds suggest a knife shaped like a surgeon's scalpel, but with a serrated edge. Are you familiar with such an instrument, Watson?
I've never seen such a tool like that in surgery or anywhere else. I can't imagine a medical use for such a knife.
Huh.
Give me a moment if you would, Holmes. I need to make a few notes from my journal.
Stop writing. Oh, I guess I can't talk to him about it anymore. Oh. Fine, let's talk to Lestrade. Is there anything you can tell me that isn't obvious from the scene, Inspector? The deceased was an actress here by the theatre, name of Sarah Carraway. She lived by herself out in Bayswater. According to our only witness, there's a sister, whereabouts presently unknown. The witness found the body, but remembers nothing of the person she saw fleeing the scene. You may talk to her if you like, though she's a bit, in the way of being hysterical at the moment. She's in the victim's dressing room, through that door, and up the stairs. But before you go, I'd like you to confirm some theories of my own. Have you already decided on an explanation for the crime, Inspector? There is no doubt that this is the Ripper's doing. The fact that we are miles away from his habitual haunts in Whitechapel is absolutely no significance. If he'd left his calling card, it would be no clearer. The man is a monster. Let's see here. Let's see. So which one should we choose? 1, 2, or 3? We got, I'm afraid I cannot give myself the pleasure of agreeing with you. You seem very sure of your facts, Lestrade. Evidence. I'm reluctant to speculate. I think with all the information that we've taken in from all that stuff, we can do something. Now, Lestrade keeps claiming that this killing was done with a medical scalpel, right? We just talked to Watson about whether or not there was a medical instrument with a serrated edge. I'm afraid I cannot give myself the pleasure of agreeing with you, Inspector. And a man being of scientific temperament, I doubt whether Watson would concur with your theory.
Without hearing the results of the medical examiner's investigation, I would not presume to have a theory.
Quite right, Doctor. Mr. Holmes and I perhaps overstep ourselves. I am certain the official inquest will prove me correct. Well, let's see. We can either say that we are unsure, or we can blast Lestrade to kingdom come. Let's do that. You seem very sure of your facts, Lestrade, but I believe there is evidence that contradicts your interpretation. I assure you that I have examined everything in great detail, Mr. Holmes. I seriously doubt that I missed a significant clue. What have you seen that goes against my theory? Let's see here. Okay, so all three of these things. We got Victim's jewelry. Let's talk about the victim's jewelry. We noticed that there were abrasions on her neck, right? I suspect you noticed that the victim's jewelry is missing. What do you make of that? I presume you are referring to the abrasions in her neck and hand. As you well know, the Ripper takes selected items of jewelry from his victims. This further supports my case, Holmes. I believe that if my theory were flawed, you would be the man to set me straight, but it looks like you have nothing material to add. What about the perfume bottle? The absence of a perfume bottle in her purse is a vital clue. Wouldn't you agree, Inspector? A large bottle of scent she is wearing sits on the vanity in the victim's dressing room. Powerful smell, isn't it? But the absence of the bottle is no mystery. I guess we're left with one more choice. And plus, how can he possibly blame me for that? I haven't even been inside the dressing room. Stupid prick. The killer's choice is most telling, don't you think? Indeed. My professional eye tells me that this woman was killed by a surgeon's scalpel, and we know the Ripper uses a scalpel with the skill of a medical man. Isn't that so, Dr. Watson?
I would think not. Holmes' examination of the wounds revealed the fatal blade was serrated, and I know of no medical man who uses such an instrument.
This is unusual, but I suspect it is unimportant. I never said that the Ripper was a doctor. Perhaps his other scalpel lost its razor edge. He has done enough work with it, heaven knows. Let's not confuse the investigation with trivialities, gentlemen.
Perhaps the murderer was imitating the style of Jack the Ripper. Lurid and detailed accounts of the fiend's disgusting exploits have been in all the newspapers.
Perhaps pigs will one day fly, Doctor. I need facts. Mr. Holmes, my hypothesis is that the Ripper is responsible for this murder. I will restrict my inquiries to the question of the serrated murder weapon. You are welcome to look further into the entire matter, if you wish. You may speak with the witness in the victim's dressing room, and you may examine the victim's flat at 21 Praed Street. Is there anything else you can tell me, Inspector? I have said all I have to say. I can only hope that my inquiries into the source of the murder weapon will reveal some new link that will lead me to this foul criminal and help me send him to the gallows. I hope you have seen something that I overlooked, though I suspect the chance is remote. That chance. It appears that I have little choice save to report to the yard that Jack the Ripper is no longer satisfied hunting in Whitechapel. A citywide alert must be posted. Let's talk to the constable. Let's see if there's anything that the constable has. Is everything exactly the way you found it? Sorry. Oh no, I missed it. Crap. Sorry about that. Do you have any information that would assist our investigation, Constable? Come on.
No, Mr. Holmes. I'm sorry, but
with fending off the newspaper gents and half the nosy buggers in London, I've been preoccupied, as you might say. I told you I can't do a British accent. Okay. Was there anything else we needed to ask Watson? Is it your professional opinion that these wounds match those described in the official reports of the Whitechapel murders?
I'm sure you are much more intimate with the gory details of those cases than I, Holmes. You seem to have the stomach for it. The only thing that is clear to me is that this unfortunate woman is the victim of something more ghoul than human. Don't be certain, my friend. The mysterious and the monstrous are rarely the same thing. Do you see anything of significance, Watson? I don't think so, Holmes. What I see disgusts me so that I can barely think. I believe I have seen no clues that reveal the truth of this horrible matter to me. If I have seen any, I would not be able to understand them. I'm sorry.